Hello, my name is Shawanda Hall, and I will be presenting to you the benchmark for Kilgore College. Each year, Fortune magazine published a most admired list of the top companies in the United States. Firms are rated on these 8 dimensions: innovativeness, quality of management, long-term investment value, social responsibility to the community and the environment, people management, quality of products and services, financial soundness, wise use of corporate assets, and if international, a ninth dimension, effectiveness in doing business globally. Organizational design is the process for selecting and managing aspects of organizational structure and culture to enable the organization to achieve its goals. Kilgore College organization chart is set up as a hierarchy that consists of board of trustees, president, vice presidents, and so forth, as you can see. The two types of culture are cultures of conflict and cultures of inclusion. No two organizations have the same work culture. It is the culture of an organization which makes it different from others. Cultures of conflict is defined as shared norms for managing conflict. An organization chart is a diagram of the chain of command and reporting relationship in the company. For Kilgore College, they use a hierarchy organization chart and the matrix structure, as you can see in the organization chart shown here. The chain of command and the reporting relationships are shown also. Kilgore College has many departments campus-wide that have a dean that is over each department. Each department also have a department chair and assistant department chair. At times, communication can get tangled up because the department can have more than one supervisor to answer to. All employees in the organization chart have important jobs. What each employee contributes to the organization as a whole is what matters. The major issue Kilgore College is facing is people management. People management is defined as the process of training, motivating, and directing employees in order to optimize workplace productivity and promote professional growth. Although Kilgore College emphasizes that staff and employees are committed to smile and committed to answering questions patiently, to ask extra questions for understanding to their customers, but employees don't feel as though they're getting the same service from supervisors. If this commitment was also geared towards employees from the management staff, turnover rate may be lower. The turnover rate have been very high among new employees because they feel underpaid, they feel they have a lack of training, and the lack of communication that comes from the top. Another issue is the lack of proper training when a new employee is hired for a position. He may have to learn by reading notes or getting information from different employees. He may have little knowledge in that particular position. This could be confusing and also results in poor productivity because training wasn't given properly. Lack of communication campus-wide is poor. Nothing is done across the board, and every department may have a different way of handling situations or even dealing with students. The ramification that can come as a result of the lack of people management at Kilgore College consists of higher employee turnover, unhappy employees, productivity is reduced, no motivation for employees, and the feeling of employees not valued. It is known that at some point every leader has dealt with a person or worse, a group of people who has lost motivation. The mission statement that Kilgore College go by is to make sure that every person, um, myself or my coworkers come in contact with, should abide by. As in always smiling and being patient and asking extra questions for understanding. Every individual is that we come in contact with is unique, and we have to learn that no two people are the same. What I believe to be the cultural roots of this disparity is employees and the executive manager wants to make sure that each person is treated fairly and cared for. Yet I feel like the mission statement needs to be for employees also. Companies that are not considered people-centered usually have a high turnover rate. Unsatisfied customers and eventually go under. Although there are many of these businesses that is just focused on what they can get, there are also companies that give back to community and show their stakeholders and customers that they care about them and not just profits. As stated in the Journal of Business Ethics, business organizations have often been accused of excessive and uncompromised focus on the pursuit of profit and obscuring the social and spiritual dimensions of their members who seek to participate in community and give meaning to their actions. Kilgore College uses conscious capitalism by providing tuition rates for employees and their dependents. This also allows employee children to attend college at a much lower cost. Kilgore College implemented a community food pantry that anyone in the community can use if needed, and scholarships are given to the surrounding area seniors, students who apply and who is eligible. Carter's 8-step is a process that business organizations can use to increase productivity. This process emphasizes the concept of change. The first step is create a sense of urgency. The second step is to form restrictive vision and initiatives. The third step is the list of volunteer arming. The fourth step is enable action by removing barriers. The fifth step is generate short-term wins. The sixth step is sustain acceleration. And the eighth step is institute change. Steps to bring change. In the first step of the correct stage of all issues need to be identified with employees and see why the employees are not happy with their job. This sense of urgency needs to be created before anything gets out of hand. The first important task to do is to identify what change needs to be made. Once the leader knows what change is needed, having open communication with everyone involved will help make the transition of the change better. Create dialogue, inviting others to ask questions and share emotions, experiences, and insights. Starting a smile will help out issues and assist with showing how change can be positive to the person who may be opposed or resist any type of change. The second step is to get feedback from employees or why they're not happy at the workplace. This could be done by generating anonymous surveys to employees so top management staff can get honest feedback. This will also help the employees know that they will not feel like they could get targeted for giving their honest opinion. The third step that I would incorporate would be ensuring everyone is on board with helping to find out the issues and make the change happen. By doing so, this will help retain employees, increase employees' happiness, and get the employees back motivated with the job. Motivation is a set of forces that causes people to engage in one behavior rather than some alternate behavior. To help keep employees motivated, this will assist with the turnover and not having to train new employees. The fourth step is to have meetings with employees that will enable communication so their voice can be heard without slashback. Communication will help overcome any issues and ensure that an organization will like change to take place. Step 5 will be identify any obstacles that can play a part of not being able to move forward of the new change. Step 6 is create a plan that is unified for all employees. For example, I will design the feedback and reward system by implementing a raise system with a yearly evaluation is conducted. Although at Kilgore College a yearly evaluation is done, this does not mean a raise will be given. If a raise is given, the same percentage is given across the board for campus-wide. So no matter how hard or bad of a worker you may, everyone receive the same percentage for the new budget year for a raise. I would change this by actually giving a percentage of what is deserving. Step 7, new goals and expectations should be placed at the time and followed by the organization. And step 8, all changes should be a normal routine and everyone should be a part of the change at this time by getting feedback on what is working and what needs to be modified. Challenges. A few challenges consist of not communicating. Having this in the organization is vital. This allows everyone to have input and feel as though their thoughts are being heard. Sometimes that can be difficult in an organization that does not listen to employees and continue to do the things the same way. Communicating effectively is an important management skill and skills critical for effective leadership. Another change that could occur is employees that have been working for the organization may be resistant to the change. This will be mainly because they are set in their ways and is accustomed to the norm of things. Supervisors can make sure that they show their employees that they are down for the change and trust by their employees by making changes. A primary problem is that the upper lower managers, no matter how dedicated they are to implement some new culture value, may sometimes revert to old patterns or behavior. Another challenge would be changing the mindset of employees and top management to a positive. Managers' employees can set goals for themselves and work toward them. Setting goals can help start new behaviors and help guide your focus to achieve the goals you have set. In the end, you can't manage what you don't measure, and you can't improve upon something that you don't properly manage. Setting goals can help you do all that and more. A learning organization is an organization that facilitates learning of all its members and continually transforms itself. Change in any organization will help the organization to continue to grow to its fullest potential. Without change, our organization can and will die. Lessons learned. The lessons I've learned is that everyone in the organization must have an open mind when it comes to change. Every person in the organization will not be committed to new change. An organization that shows trust and loyalty to their employees will have fewer turnover rates because the employees do want to work and produce good productivity. Having a award system for attendance, pay raises, raffle drawings for attending so many meetings can help motivate the employees and help with having high turnover. Having an organization that shows appreciation to their employees and offer perks will help grow in the organization. Will continue to find ways to appease the employees. This will ensure the company stays successful and has less turnover. Understanding of factors such as the firm's performance, elevation, and reward system, its decision making and community patterns, and the structure of the firm itself can provide added insight into why some people choose to leave the company and others elect to stay. My next page is my